Now that you have completed all the prerequisites, you shall reach a new high by creating your first game. I am elated that you have reached this far. I sincerely hope that you get an exhilarating feeling to go through this lesson and complete your first game. Let's get started. As a start, create the Python file which you shall be using for writing your game. Probably you already know how to create the empty Python file, but I would still write the sequence here. So you have to go to the command prompt and create a directory by using mkdir or md. Or you can go to the Explorer and create a directory. In the command prompt, cd change directory to the specific directory which you have created for this game purpose, and you can use any of these three approaches to create a blank file. Okay, so you create a blank file by the name bouncing ball 1.py and open this file which you have created in any of the editors of your choice. You can open it in Notepad, or you can open it in Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, or whatever you like. Similar to this in MacBook, open the terminal, cd to the directory where you want to create the game and create the Python file, and write this command touch bouncing ball 1.py, and then open the empty file in the editor of your choice. So this is the game which we are going to build in entirety in this tutorial. So you press a spacebar to start the game, and then the bouncing ball rotates, and if it crosses the paddle, the game is over. So there are sound effects, there are background, there are images, there are scoring, and there is a base game. Essentially everything is part of your coordinate system. Let me quickly explain you what is coordinate system. So coordinate system, in this game, the screen has x and y 0 at this top left corner. As you move from here to here, the x coordinate increases, and here to here the y coordinate increases. For the ball, the x and y are the center. Okay, so this specific dot, it is indicated by a circle, but it is a dot, indicates the x and y. So the moment the circle moves, its x and y also change. If it goes down, okay, then the y coordinate will increase for the circle. If it goes towards this side, then the x coordinate shall increase. If it goes like this, then both x and y are increasing. Okay, and if it goes like this, it is decreasing. Basically that's the philosophy. When it touches here, you have to find the, what you have to find in this case, you have to find the x coordinate. So this x coordinate is exceeding this, then it should bounce. Same here, if x coordinate is less than 0, but you don't have to find the x coordinate of the circle, you have to find it for this. So there is a logic which has been used to find this, which shall be elaborated in a bit. Same for the paddle also. If it touches here, it should bounce back. If it is crossing it, it should end the game. This is the first part which we'll be doing. We'll be doing it in a sequence or a series of small code snippets. The first part is a ball which is bouncing through the corners. So I'll go to the temp folder where I want to create these files. So let me do a mkdir to create a new directory, or to make a new directory, and I will call it let's say bouncing ball game. I would cd to this, and I said that to create a new file, a blank empty file, you can say touch, and I would say bb1.py. If I do a ls, I would be able to see the bb1.py. Now what I shall do is I will open this in a editor of my choice. Let me open it in an editor so it is easy to see. So I have the file open now. Let's get started. As we discussed in the last module, we will be importing the Pygame. I would type very fast what the details you already know. I have imported the sys also. Now what I want to do is I want to initialize Pygame. And it is a very good practice to put comments, and like we discussed, we can put a hash and put our comments. So what we are going to do now is we want to initialize the Pygame. So that's what I'm doing. The second step which we discussed last time was that we have to set up the display. So let's do that. So the display has been set. Now let's say that I want to see what this set mode is doing. So I'll show you how you can do that. So if you just search in Google that Pygame and set mode, you would be able to come to this page, And in this page you have all those things in it is there. And set mode, if you search, I would just say set. So this is the set mode. It initializes a window or a screen for display. Okay, so you can see more details about this, but it would set your screen, initialize your screen or display. Now what I'll do is I'll define some colors here. I'll quickly define some colors. Define. So this is the RGB code for white, which is 255, 255, 255. So red 255, blue, red, green 255, and blue 255 makes a white color. Same if in case you have to make a black, black is 000. And with that philosophy, if you want to make a red, so red would be R would be what? R would be 255 and the other two would be 000. You can find these codes very easily in internet, but these are the basic ones, so which I'm writing now. So red, green, so RGB, correct? So it will be 0, 255, 0. Now what I want to do is I want to define how the ball looks. Okay, so ball is a circle and the circle shall have two things. One is the radius and the second thing is its center point, from where you want to create the circle. So the center point and radius are two things which we require. And I want to start at the beginning. I want to place the ball at the center of the screen. So what is the center of the screen? It is width divided by 2. So we have set up the ball now where exactly the ball shall be placed. Okay, so now let's write the game loop. And like we have discussed in the past, game loop is an infinite loop which runs till the exit is pressed. And what it does is display of the related things which you want to show when the game is running. So let's do that. While true makes it infinite. Then so I am checking whether the event which has been triggered is a pygame.quit, and it's a pretty standard stuff. So you can remember these 4-line statements and they would be the same across your games. So you want to quit the pygame library and you want to exit the game application also. So these are the two things which you have to do. So now what you need to do is you need to draw the ball. So let's draw the ball. Ball is a circle, so what we will do is we will draw a circle. So the first argument it takes is the screen which we defined earlier. So we had defined the screen here. So this is the screen which we have to give for the circle to be displayed. The color, so we have so many colors which we have defined. We can take any of those. So I take, let's say, red. So these are the colors which we had defined earlier. Then I have to give the place where this ball should be shown. So what I'll do is I'll say int of ball underscore x. So this has been the ball has been drawn on the screen. Now what we have to do is we had discussed earlier that we have to display the ball. So for that, let's just say, so if you have seen this now, we are only displaying the ball and we are not doing anything. Let's run it and find if there are any faults with this program. So I would save it. So like we expected, a circle for the ball has been shown and the circle is coming at the center of the screen. So nothing's jazzy about it. It does not move. It just displays the circle there in the center. So now what I have to do is I have to move the circle and when it touches the corner, I have to bounce the circle. Let's see that how it can be done. So first thing which I have to do is I have to define a speed. So we discussed earlier, the horizontal is a y and the vertical is a x, and it starts with 0 0 on the corner. So let me show you. So this place in the corner is 0 0 and x increases from here to here and y increases from here to here. Okay, so this is what is a very important thing, and let me show you why it is important in the code now. So first thing which I'll do is I will define the speed. So let me say ball speed, and speed is on the 2 dimension at towards the x-axis, which means horizontally how much it is moving, and towards the y-axis, which means vertically how much it is moving. So let me say that my speed is 5. So I have defined the speed now. Now what I would be doing is I would be updating the ball position. And how can I do that? So I can do that by increasing the ball x and ball y, which are the coordinates of the ball. So ball underscore x is plus equal to ball speed x, and ball underscore y. Okay, so now what would happen if I run this now? It will increase the x and y, but it will keep on increasing, so it would cross the border. Let's see that. I mean, it will go outside the border after a while, and it will do that in a very fast speed because we have not controlled the game speed. Okay, we have not controlled the frame rate. So let's see what happens now. So it is happening in such a fast speed that I can't show you quickly, but what is happening is that the ball is created here and ball keeps on moving, moving, moving. And the thing is that I'm not clearing the screen. So after every step I should clear the screen, so the previous circle should be removed. That previous circle removal is not happening, thereby the circle keeps on moving, moving, moving. It moves at what rate? It moves x 5 pixels this side because speed x is 5, and 5 pixels downside because speed y is 5. So thereby we are seeing this kind of thing. So it is from here 5. So what did we define the center as? We defined the center as 400 by 300. So this is 400 by 300 because we divide it width by 2 and height by 2, and then it becomes 405 and 305, 4010, 410 and 310, I mean. So that's how it keeps on increasing by 5 pixels, and that's what is happening here in the screen. So now what I'll do is I will clear the screen after every iteration. So I need to clear the screen. So what should I do is I can fill the screen by some color. I have chosen black, so I will choose black here. So so after every iteration, what it shall do is it will clear the screen. The previous circle would be gone or invisible because it would be cleared by this black screen fill, and then a new circle shall be shown. Okay, so that is what has been done by this specific line. Now the other thing which we have to do is we have to bounce from the walls. Okay, how can we bounce from the walls? So to bounce from the walls, what we have to do is we have to see whether ball X has crossed the dimensions of the width and height. Okay, and width we said is 800 and height we said is 600. So if it has increased or it has gone down than 600, it should rotate its direction. Same thing, if it has crossed 800, it should rotate its direction. And on the contrary, if it has gone to minus side on the x or y, it should also rotate the direction. So that's what is required. Let's see how we can do it in the code. So what did we write here? If ball x is less than 0, which means ball has gone to the negative side, or ball x is greater than width, which means the x part, x is this side, correct? So x is horizontal. So x is crossed the width which we had defined. And where we had defined the width? We had defined the width here. So if it has crossed 800 or it has gone to the -1, -2, it has gone less than 0. In that case, what should happen is that I want to change my speed. I want to uh, change the ball speed to a negative. What does that mean? I'll show you. So what shall happen with this? So let's say that the ball went to 800. At every iteration, what I'm doing, I'm increasing the position of ball x by the ball speed. If it has crossed the 800, what I want to do is I want to bring it back. So instead of adding, making it 805, 810, 815, what I'll do is I'll make it negative speed, thereby it will become 795, 790, 785. So it will go back side. Okay, and similar thing I need to do for the y also. So how I will do for the y? So this is what we have to do. Now the exact same logic I have written here also. So if the y is upside is going less than 0, or the ball y is becoming more than the height we had defined here, so it is becoming more than 600, then what I do, I negate the speed so that it reverse the direction. Either it becomes like this, opposite direction, or from the top it becomes this side positive and it goes down. Based on the condition, it changes the direction. So now let's see this in action. So you can see the ball is moving, and it is moving at a very slow and a very fast speed. Why it happens is because of the clock speed of your computer. So as and when it gets some more CPU time, the ball speed increases or decreases because it's an infinite loop. So we have to control the frame rate. Okay, that is what we had learned in the last chapter also, that controlling the frame rate is very very important to give a consistent experience to the user. Otherwise they would sometimes see a increased speed of the game, sometimes they will see a decreased speed of the game. So let's see how we can control the game rate. So now you can see it is giving you a consistent speed. Let me quickly show one more thing to you. So we had all these colors. So what is the use of this color? So it is very simple. If you want to, instead of black screen, let's say you want to use a white screen, so you would just change it by white. And instead of red ball, let's say I want to use a green ball, you just place it green and restart the program. So now you can see that the colors have been changed. So this is the second part which we will do. So what we have done here is, first thing is we have built a pedal, and if I move the pedal, I can move the pedal with the right and left buttons on my keyboard. And if I move the pedal, if I hit the ball with the pedal, the ball moves up. Okay, that's what happens here. The other thing which you are seeing is that the ball is hitting properly. I mean, it is bouncing at the edge. Okay, you would notice it when I show you the previous code, that why, what is the difference between this hitting the edge and in the previous one, and we'll fix this part. So what is happening here is the ball is not, it is when the ball crosses half, then it bounces. If you see here, it is crossing half and then it is bouncing. It is not bouncing from the edge, instead it is crossing half and bouncing. So let's fix that. So this is how the ball is. Okay, I know that the circle at the center is not a point, but just think that it is a point and this is the circle. So when it touches here, I want it to bounce from here. Right now what is happening is, it is the circle is going till here and then bouncing. So it is not looking good, it is looking weird. I want it to bounce here. So what should happen when the, this is for the y, so when the y, because it is upside, which means y, so when the y, ball y minus ball radius, so ball radius is what, ball y is the position y coordinate here, and the radius is how much, the radius is this, which is also defined. So ball y, this position minus ball radius. So in this one, if I negative the ball radius and it is less than 0, so this position minus this position, if it is less than 0, then only I should bounce back. And same for this side, if this side, this position plus the radius is greater than height, I should bounce back. So that's what is required. So again, what I'll do is, so now you can see a smooth movement of the ball from the corners itself, not from the center. So good work. Let's go to the pedal part now. Okay, fine. We are in the BB2 now. Now let's make the changes for the pedal. So first thing which we need is, we need to define the pedal. Okay, and pedal is what? It's a rectangle. So let's define that rectangle now. I have defined the pedal width and height now. Now I would be defining the X and Y for the pedal. Okay, X and Y for the pedal is the top left corner. Okay, X and Y meaning in the rectangle, the top left corner is the X and Y. So let's define that. So X has been defined. So what I'm taking is, I'm taking the whole width of the screen and subtracting the pedal width and dividing by 2, thereby making the pedal in the center, horizontally center of the screen. Same thing I'll do for pedal Y also. So what is the pedal height I have defined? 10 is the pedal height I have defined. So what I'm doing is, from the height, which is the whole height of the thing, I have to define the top left of the pedal where I have to place. So what I'm doing is, from the entire height, I am subtracting the pedal height. Okay, and that's where I want to show the pedal. And we will adjust the spacing if in case it does not look good. So let's start with this and let's see how it looks. And then I have to define something called as a pedal speed. We'll know what this is, but for now just let's say. So now what I want to do is I want to move the pedal. So the logic of moving the pedal is what I need to write now. So let's do this thing. So let me write the movement of pedal. So first thing which I do is I find out which key is the one which is pressed. Okay, let's do that. So this means that the left key is pressed, and I would explain you what exactly I'm doing. And pedal X is greater than 0. So what does this mean is, if it is pedal is greater than 0, its X coordinate is greater than 0, meaning it is this side, it is not crossing the negative side, meaning it is not less than 0, it is not going to this side. Then if you press the left button, if you want to press the left button, it should move towards the left side, which means the pedal X should be subtracted by the pedal speed, so it goes towards the left side. So that's what the left button press should do. And similarly for the right button press, almost similar code. So what are we doing here is we want to move it towards the right side. So first condition is the right button should be pressed and the pedal X should be here, meaning it should not cross the corner. Let's say it is a corner. If it crosses the corner, we don't have to move from the corner. So we have to move till it reaches here. So that's where I have negative. I have deducted the speed, the width of the pedal. So which means then when the pedal comes here, this, if the pedal width is this much, the moment it comes here, now it cannot go any further. So it has to go, if it is pressing right, nothing will happen. Only left press, it will move this side, right, nothing will happen. But if it is here in the center, then it, on pressing the right, the pedal speed, pedal X would increase by pedal speed and the pedal would move towards the right side. Let's see this in action now. Okay, so I missed to draw the pedal, I think. So that's my mistake. Let me quickly draw the pedal. So we had drawn the circle here. Let's draw the pedal here. And like I said, pedal is a rectangle. So same thing we have to do. Pedal dot rectangle. And we have to give screen. We have to give the color for the pedal. Let's say the ball is, let me make it, it was green. Let me make a green pedal itself. And what I'll do is I'll give the rectangle the top the top left corner and the pedal width and height. Okay, so basically width and height and the top left side coordinates. So I would do that. So now I have a pedal which moves. Okay, but it is useless right now, but at least it moves. And if in case I want to move the pedal little bit up, let me do this thing. I'll move the pedal little bit up. So it went little up, so this looks cleaner than the previous one. So we have drawn the pedal now, but the pedal does not do anything, only thing it moves. So we have to bounce the pedal. So let's see what is this condition meaning. Okay, so this is the logic which is written. Let me make a pedal now. So this is how the pedal is, and this is how the ball is. So what we are saying now is, if ball y, so ball y is what? Ball y is the y coordinate, which is basically this is the ball y. The from here till here, this is the center point. The y coordinate of the ball is ball y plus ball radius. So if we plus the ball radius, it will become this much. Okay, so the coordinate would be the coordinate y coordinate of here, this edge. If this one is greater than ball y, and what is ball y? Ball y is this. So ball y is this distance from here to here. So which means from here to here. So when it is just touching, it will be same, and then it will go here and here and here. It will go down. Let me move it to the moment it goes down like this or this or this. In that case, this condition is true, meaning the ball y plus ball radius is greater than the pedal y, because pedal y is from here to here. So the moment it goes down, this condition, first condition, becomes true. Now let's see what is the second condition. And ball x is what? This from here to here is ball x. So ball x should be from here to here. So if it is here, it should go down. So ball x should be here. Like this should be the place where ball x can be there, from here to here. If I show you, from here to here. If it is here or any other place, it should basically bounce. The game should end because you could not hit it on the pedal. So ball x, so pedal x is this, should be, so this one should be less than ball x. Ball x is here, so definitely ball x is here, or ball x is here. Till this point, it is, this first condition is true. So pedal x is less than, but if the ball is here, then pedal x is not less than ball x. Okay, because pedal x is this and ball x is this. The second condition which we have put here is ball x should be less than pedal x plus pedal width. Okay, so pedal x is here plus pedal width. So if we do that, that would become from here to here. So this one should be between this and this. So that is the second condition which is written here. So in this case, we have to have the same logic where we have the ball speed reversed. Okay, so this is what is happening. Now we have to incorporate the condition, because if you do now, what would happen is if it touches and it bounces. So now what is happening? It is bouncing from there also. Now let me touch the pedal. So it is bouncing from the pedal also. Okay, it is not going to the corner, bouncing from the pedal itself. So good progress. Only thing which is left now is that if in case it goes, it should end the game. Let's do that. So if the ball goes below the pedal, so if it goes below the pedal, let's write the condition for that. We'll understand what this condition means. The moment this condition is met, we will move. For now, what we'll do is, we will not say game end or whatever. What we would do is, we'll move the ball again to the center of the. So what it says is, if the ball y, so what is ball y? Ball y is from here to here. If the ball y is greater than height, okay, ball y is basically ball y minus ball radius. So ball y minus ball radius is how much? This is ball y, and ball radius is this. So if this is greater than the height, meaning this is going till here. Okay, the moment it goes here, what I want to do is, because it did not bounce from this pedal, so what I want to do is, I want to bring it back to the center. So there is a small correction which I had to do. I have to remove this. Okay, so because we want it to cross the level, this one we don't want to bounce it here, because this, unless this is removed, it will not work. So let me remove this. Hope this is clear now why it has to be removed, because we want the ball to go down for it to fail. So that's where I have to remove this specific thing. Let me run it again. See, it is crossing and then it is restarting the game. So the basic premise of the game is finished now. So you have the game getting over, and you have the game behaving properly if in case it is hitting the pedal. Now what we would do is, we would add some jazzy elements. What does it mean? It means that we would add some sounds, some scores, some background to make it look more nicer. Okay, but the game is complete here in philosophy. This is complete. Let me quickly add those things and I'll show you what has been done there.